South Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, channeling the spirit of our founding fathers, there's a future here in Philadelphia.
Well, after 4 years of tanking, they finally have generational talent. Look out for these guys. They're on the up and up.
As Sixers fans, it's been worth the wait, and we're ready to go. The wait is over in this one. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. To Embiid, and he'll head to the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Joel Embiid has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this. He will be one of the future centers in the game.
To Will Barton. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Philadelphia with the basketball to Anthony. To Butler. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Simmons gets it in the left corner, and that's going to be off of Anthony out of bounds. To Millsap. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ed, I'm telling you right now, that is the move of an assassin.
Butler into the front court. Down 4. Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes.
You know, every time I watch Jimmy Buckets, the tenacity he plays with on the defensive end, it just reconfirms the fact that he's been named an All-Star 4 times. He shot a career best 47% from the field in 2017-18. So when you think about trying to lock him up, you have to limit his touches, and you have to force him to catch the ball with his back to the basket. Make him put the ball down on the ground and make contested shots, because if you don't, Jimmy Butler will cut you apart.
Sixers control. Simmons gets it in the right corner. To Butler. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the rebound for Murray. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
In the front court comes Simmons. They trail by 7. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Denver's got it. Taken by the Sixers. Surveys the floor. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Martin into the front court. Up 5. To Millsap. Down low Jokic. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. One free throw counted. It's a three-point play. And the lead up to 8. Over and back. To Jokic. To the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Denver ball right now. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Oh, Ben Simmons. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Simmons with it. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Butler, not that time. He misses. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Simmons. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Amir Johnson at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 67%. And he misses that one free throw. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
And Jimmy Butler, he's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, and he scores on the step back. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The Nuggets in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Nuggets have the possession. probing the defense. Curling inside. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Redick. Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Has a chance. It's good.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. To Redick. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
And the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
First one goes down. Back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Murray with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. It was right there. Redick with it. Looking to make something happen. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Change of scenery, but how can Melo still impact a franchise?
It all starts with a mindset. It starts with embracing and accepting your new role. He is no longer a starter in this league. He's a guy that's going to need to be positive on the bench, bring in his shooting abilities off the bench, and also be a coach when he's on the floor. That's the next step in the evolution for Carmelo Anthony.
Embiid, good for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Malik Beasley, guarded by Carmelo Anthony. Oh, nice find for the basket. Sixers call for time. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Murray into the front court. Up by 3. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
The drive, right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. Jamal Murray. Not going down here. Smith with it up top. Down 3. To Embiid. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he missed the free throw. Nuggets have the possession. Nice pass to set things up. Oh, Nikola Jokic. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Murray with it. Leads one. The shot blocked by Anthony.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Anthony. Misfires. It's no good. Goes to the right side. Jokic to Will Barton for 3. Can't get the bounce. They get it down to Millsap. Oh, Millsap. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Anthony. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Carmelo Anthony at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front here just before the break. It's Denver's ball. To Jokic. Probing the defense. Jokic to Millsap. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Will Barton at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% of the line. First try at the line, no good. No good. Missed them both. Murray into the front court. All tied as we march towards halftime. To Will Barton. They'll work it down to Millsap. Sixers able to clear the rebound. And he finishes at the rim.
The assist from number 21, Joel Embiid. For 3. The assist from number 27, Jamal Murray.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Nuggets with the lead.
Fellas, Jalen here with your halftime report. The Nuggets have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets. The 76ers aren't down by too much at the half. And while they may be down, it's not for a lack of effort. They deserve some respect for how well they've generated scoring with their offensive rebounding. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track.
Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Millsap. Sizing up the defense. Here comes the screen. Barton. Trying to cash in and strokes it.
Man, why do I feel like Canadians are really taking over the NBA? Kitchener's finest, Jamal Murray, is really coming into his own as a player. There was so much confusion his first year. Am I a 1? Am I a 2? And now I see a kid who is just Jamal Murray. He doesn't care what position he is, but when the ball is in his hands, there's no doubt about it. He is built for the big-time moments, and he's a scorer, an elite scorer that can make everybody else around him better.
Free throws coming up.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Butler for 2. Knocks down a tough shot. That was smothering defense.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an inspiring story. From being homeless at the age of 13 before moving in with a friend, reads like a basketball version of The Blind Side. That grit has become the fabric of his DNA. From Tyler Junior College to Marquette to the 30th pick in the first round, are you kidding me? To where he is now, Jimmy Buckets has had to earn every inch that this game has given him.
Pick up.
Barton. They go to Jokic. Down low. And the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Butler to Simmons. Butler. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Murray with the basketball. Leads 5. Has a chance. Harris's shot won't go. Anthony. Not done yet. Joel Embiid. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Barton. He throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Butler from long range. And it's Murray with the rebound. To Millsap. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Denver's got it. Embiid says not this time. To Anthony.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Anthony buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Over to the right side.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Anthony. And the rebound corralled by Barton. Murray into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. And finishes strong. Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Simmons to Anthony. Fires the three. Plumlee's there for the rebound. Murray with it. Leads just a point.
Get over, get over.
To Millsap. Shot from the lane won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Embiid to Simmons. Going to launch beyond the arc. Beasley takes down the board. Taken by the Sixers. To Simmons. Redick. Textbook defense. Count the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he hits the second. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Denver ball right now.
Hey, switch, I got it.
Takes stock of the floor. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. That misses with a second to go. 3 quarters down. No separation so far. It's all even. All even through 3 quarters. Who can pull away as we get started here in the 4th? Butler to bring it up. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. Fires the 3, cleans it up. Offensive board. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Now 4 for 9.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Nuggets have the possession. Knocked loose. Sixers have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Simmons knocks it down from mid-range.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Murray into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Gary Harris, tough matchup against Butler. Jokic. Short jumper misses. To Simmons. Not done yet. And a putback slam.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Murray to the basket, but it won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Got it.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 20, Markelle Fultz. Into the game for the Nuggets.
Anthony. Butler. That won't go. To Will Barton. He gets it.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th Man of the Year, and he finished 4th in all the balloting. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career-best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Jimmy Butler for 2. To Will Barton. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Almost unlucky bounce.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you're forcing to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nuggets have the possession. Down low, Jokic. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Jokic. From the painted area, won't go down. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Butler to Anthony. Beyond the arc for 3. Textbook Melo. Hand in his face, lets it fly, and scores. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Butler. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Will Barton. Able to convert inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 27, Jamal Murray.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. He'll take the ball out of bounds.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Now here comes the intentional foul. They'll send him to the line with 26 seconds to go on the clock.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. It's Denver's ball. To Jokic. Return label included.
Offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it. The Sixers are victorious as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
is Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Nuggets lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Check out the leading scores for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.